All right, this is our first interactive page. Yay, with some ponies, some horses. So this is our first interactive page together. Using our background, using a focal point here. My clown will go here. He'll be attached in the back. Some horses on cardboard that come in and out. Very fun. All right, let's do it. Now my intention is to make this clown go to every page. And that's about where the magnet would be. So I'm going to just mark that on the other pages. That it would be about right here. And about right there. We're going to protect him though, set him aside. Magnet here and here. Yep. Alright, we're done with the front and back covers. Alright, I'm going to go to the center of my book. Here's my strings for my signatures. I'm going to remove 3 double pages. And I'll find the signature, the center of the next signature. And I'll remove 3 pages. I have a signature here, the stitches here, I have 2 pages, and the strings here. I'm going to go back to the previous signature. And remove 3 pages here. So I have the stitches here, 2 pages, stitches, 2 pages, and stitches. I'm going to glue these 2 pages together and these 2 pages together. So I'm looking at the strings. I'm going to place my magnet where I want it. and glue 2 pages together on this side. Putting my magnet there. Alright, so we have 2 pages glued together here with a magnet, 2 pages glued together here with a magnet. This one tore a little bit, doesn't matter because we're going to put some fun underpants on there. Alright, with some Mod Podge and some pieces of old book pages, we will put some underpants on this 2-page spread. Don't get too close to the gutter, because it puts a lot of pressure on the book. Alright, I don't have to wait for the Mod Podge to dry. I'm going to bring in my ochre. And a credit card. And start painting the background. With the extra paint that I have, I'll bring in a page that I tore out. And we may use that in the future. Next I'm going to bring in some yellow-green. Not as much as we used in the ochre. Same thing, just drag it down more sporadically. Let that dry. Clean my card on a spare piece of paper. I'm going to bring in Pearl Lilac and a stencil. This is with mica, so it does have a little bit of iridescency to it. Add some stencil here and there. Now we're playing with the backgrounds. We have no idea what we're going to be doing with the pages yet, and that's okay. Many options in an altered book. And we're going to have fun with the backgrounds first. And we'll let that dry. I'm going to bring in a turquoise. This is also a mica, so it has that iridescency to it. So this is my 4th color to add. We have the ochre, we have the green, we have the lilac, and now we have the turquoise. And I'm going to put this stencil, this well-loved stencil, across both pages. Here again, makeup sponge, some paint in some spots. Beautiful. Ha! So fun. All right, let that dry. Now we have some swirlies going on. We've got some diamonds going on. I'm going to bring in a stamp for noise and stays on black. Add some noise to the background. So this is the page that has my extra ochre on it. Cut out some circles. You can tear those in half or you can cut those in half, doesn't matter. And I'm going to put them along the bottom of the page. Looks like it'll take 1.5 here and 1.5 here. That'll be perfect. All right, at this point I'm going to find the next signature. So we have our signature here, our painted pages here, signature here. We're going to go to the next signature and remove 3 pages. So I have a signature here and a signature here. The strings here, the strings here. I'm going to glue these 2 pages together. I'm going to go to this page and I'm going to cut it in half. You can cut it or tear it. You know me, I'm going to tear it. I'm going to glue this portion down. I'm going to put a bead of tacky glue around the edge. Bring that half page back in. I think for the circus I want a straight edge. Maybe even go down a little bit. There we go. And we've just created a pocket. We'll let that dry. I'm going to bring in, this is a watercolor crayon, and I'm going to treat it very much like a Stabilo. around all the edges of this particular page. Get playful. Time for some dots. So we know this is where the clown's going to go because there's a magnet there. So I'm going to find another little something something here and something for on some popsicle sticks for in that pocket. I have a clown here. I'm going to glue that down with Mod Podge. Okay, while I was waiting for things to dry, I fussy cut out a couple of horse heads. I have a piece of cardboard here. And I'm going to paint that with black gesso on both sides. I personally am a big fan of the black gesso instead of the black acrylic because it's matte, it dries flat. The acrylic will dry shiny. Also, not that I'm going to do it on this piece, but I do a lot of sanding. And the gesso sands much better than the acrylic paint. I have a couple of bamboo skewers. I'm going to cut them off to about 10 inches, which will take us to about right there. I'll trim those off. And I'll paint those black. So I have my horses glued on the black cardboard. And I'm going to cut them out, not fancy cut, just cut them out. So I'm bringing my skewer in, putting it in the pocket, seeing how tall that can be. It can be about right here. Dip those cut ends into the black gesso. Let those dry. And my tacky glue. And a horse. And some gaffer tape. That down with a bone folder so it's nice and tight. And do that to the other horse. Tacky glue, horse, gaffer tape. Get my stays on, go around the edge. Horses are ready to go into the book when we're ready for them. Very fun. I'm going to low light him a little bit with Stabilo. Then I think I'll put some dots around him too. Maybe he needs to be juggling. That's good. Okay, I made a couple of changes. I gave him some balls to juggle out of that paper with the spare paint on it. And I had some polymer beads. I drilled a hole in those so that they would fit on those bamboo skewers. So there it is. Go create, go play, go have fun.